Okay, let's get started. Before, every time you do makeup, you have to use primer. So, I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay face primer. This is new. Look, I already used most of it because that's how good it is. It's a really good like primer if you want your foundation to like stay on all day and like really grip on your skin. It's very similar to the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm gonna start with my Dior Universal Face and Body Glow. So I also use this to make my foundation look like super shiny and glowy. I like my foundation to look very like luminizing, especially in the sun. So first, I'm going to start with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony. I'm going to use that with my Anastasia Beverly Hills 7B brush, so it's like a really good brush to use for eyebrows. I'm just going to brush them out. I kind of want my brows to be a little bit natural, so I'm not going to like fill them out as much. Okay, so that's all I really did for my brows. I'm gonna use my Anastasia, spill a little. I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Glitter Adhesive. Yes, glitter adhesive. And I'm going to put that on my eyebrows just to make them look a little bit more, I don't know. I like it because I like my hairs to look like that. Yeah, besides glitter, I use this for my eyebrows. As like an eyebrow gel, I guess. I'm gonna take my Hourglass. Dude, this concealer is amazing. I was so hyped up when I heard Hourglass was coming out with concealers. I was so excited to get my hands on one. So this is the Hourglass concealer in the shade Fawn. I'm gonna use this to cut underneath my eyebrow. I'm also gonna be using this as a primer for my eyeshadow because yes, you can use it as eyeshadow primer too, and it works just as good. It also looks like you got your freaking eyebrows waxed. Hello? Go back in with a foundation brush or like a beauty blender, anything you prefer. I'm going to go back in with my Sephora diffuser brush in 64, and I'm just going to blend that out underneath where I cut underneath my eyebrow, so everything's blended out. Go in with some more concealer, and I'm just going to cover my whole eyelid with it because we're going to use that as our base. So now I'm going to take my Juvia's Place palette and the Zulu palette. I'm going to start off with this orange shade right here. I'm going to set that in the center of my eye, then we're just going to blend upwards. I'm going to take my Morphe M441, this fluffy brush, and I'm just going to dip into this orange right here. And you're just going to start packing it at the bottom of your lid. Do not blend it upwards. Do not blend it around. Just start packing it. Okay guys, so now that the orange is packed on your lid, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Y19. It's this brush right here. And I'm gonna go into the yellow shade in this palette. And you're basically just gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna go on top of the orange, like so. So you're gonna create like that sunset effect. You're literally just gonna pat it over the orange. You can start blending it upwards into your brow bone. So kind of like that, exactly like that. So you're gonna do it on the other side to give it that nice ombre effect on your eyes. I'm not saying you have to use this one, but this is a really good palette. I feel like this palette has very nice pigmented colors, especially Juvia's Place. Their palettes are like amazing. If you want to add some more like definition, you can go back in with the orange and you can just go over the orange that you put earlier and blend it upwards with the yellow. Alright, so I'm all done with my eyes. So I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. Guys, when I'm telling you, this is the best foundation I've ever freaking used. I just like it. Look at that. I just love it because not only does it give me the coverage that I want, but it also stays on all day, and it gives me a nice dewy flawless finish. I mean, look how beautiful that is. I'm gonna go back in with that concealer that I used earlier. I'm gonna show you guys how good this concealer is. Same brush, just gonna blend it out underneath my eye. You can see, look how beautiful that concealer is. Like, coverage. Take my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm gonna use my Sephora Collection Pro Sculpting brush, and I'm just gonna put some powder underneath there. Just in the areas where I get oily. I don't think it's the best idea to bake, just because I feel like it makes your foundation dry out whenever you bake your face. So that's why I just go over it with a brush instead of just like packing it on like a beauty blender. I'm going to contour and blush. I'm gonna go in with my NARS Casino bronzer. Looks like this. And then I'm just gonna start contouring the places that need to be contoured. Guys, I really love NARS's bronzers. They're amazing. I think you guys should really try them. So we're gonna just contour right there. And now I'm gonna go in with blush. My NARS Orgasm Extreme blush, this one. And I'm gonna take my Sephora Collection Pro Airbrush and just put that on the apples of my cheeks. Go back in with the Zulu palette and pick up a little bit of the orange and just like start patting it right here. You're just gonna keep like building that color. So see how it's like kind of turning orange? Don't do too much because then it'll look cakey. So go in with that orange. Keep building up that color. Don't bring it too far out. Just keep it right here. I'm gonna bounce into my Norvina volume, I think this is volume 2. And I'm just gonna get a brush that looks like this, like a flat-ended brush. And I'm gonna dip into this red right here. And I'm just gonna go under my eye. Just like that. And don't worry, we're gonna go back and clean it up too. Pick up some translucent powder too and blend that out because it'll make everything look super blended and clean. So before you put on highlighter, it's always good to spray your face translucent. So go ahead and do that. Dip into my Jaclyn Hill Extra Loose Highlighter. Guys, I'm not really a huge fan of Jaclyn Hill, but these highlighters are literally amazing. Like, I don't know why, but I've never had such a good highlighter in my life. Like, do you see that? I look like I'm an angel from heaven. Like, who is she? All I need to do is put on some lipstick with my Morphe matte liquid lipstick. Now I'm just gonna put on my iconic beauty mark. I'm gonna take my Chanel eyeliner, liquid liner, and then I'm gonna put on my iconic beauty mark. So it goes right here. So I did 2 this time. But yeah,